Everyone.
Hi.
So, very happy to kind of be in front of you guys and talk about our 6 year journey, both as Lotus Dew and as our initial basket of equities that we started offering listed venture capital. Of course, let me first start about how Lotus Dew came to be as a company, right? Prachi, my co-founder, our kids go to the same school, and that's we met each other in a parents teachers meeting, and she has 15 years of experience as a researcher in ISB on behavioral finance, and I was a practitioner of investment strategies. And we started talking, and her academic insights coupled with my experience of actually running funds, we thought it was a great combination to launch Lotus Dew, right, Prachi?
Yeah,
And then we
absolutely.
started in ISB. There is a D Labs incubator in ISB. Started literally with a desk of two people, and over 6 years now, we have close to 25 plus people working with us, mostly from technology and research, and 6 years of listed venture capital. One of the first microcap focused strategies that would extract alpha using corporate governance as a way of screening.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's one of the longest running strategies on small case,
yeah, yeah.
and also still one of the best long
Performing, yeah,
term
yeah,
long term performance
yeah.
um, strategies on small case.
Yeah, so I mean, our endeavor was how can we, the way we thought about this strategy was, um, you know, how can we deliver venture capital like returns, but with the option of secondary liquidity, right? So somebody willing to step in and step out. And, what we wanted to kind of showcase was that even with listed companies, you can have, similar kind of outcomes with the advantage of liquidity, and you don't have to do it in the minimum 1 crore ticket size that is necessary as an AIF to access venture capital or private equity. And sometimes as angel investors, you can still get away with 25 lakhs. But what about like somebody who has a lakh of rupee and 2 lakh of rupee in a 50 lakh portfolio? Is there a way that they can still access some of these same kind of outcomes as you would get in a venture capital fund? So we thought like what's the most easiest way to screen microcap stocks, and we realized that what is important is the governance standards of microcaps, because balance sheets, they're hard to trust, given that the auditor might just audit one listed company. We don't know the auditor. Lot of challenges in corporate governance. So if you follow the people, right, if you follow who are behind this company and why are they behind this company, that explains a lot of their attitude towards corporate governance.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And adding on to that, so this corporate governance quality or score acts as a filter as well as a positive signal, right? As
Yeah,
Abhishek said, that who are these people? Are these good? Are they high quality people? Are they associated with big companies? So by focusing only on the companies that have this high quality corporate governance, we are filtering out a large universe of micro cap, and which is very important when there are, like, 3000
5,000,
plus
5,000,
5000
5,000 companies.
companies.
Yeah,
But it also gives a positive signal about the companies that we shortlist, because these people have conviction about the future of these companies,
yeah.
and we are kind of riding
Riding
on
on their
their
diligence,
conviction.
right? On their
Yes.
diligence. So somebody, let's say, if you hear that, classic example was that if let's say Mr. Rakesh Junjunwala were to invest in a company and that news became public, more people would actually go and invest in that company. Why would they do that? It's because they value the opinion and the diligence of somebody like Mr. Rakesh Junjunwala. Similarly, like these board members are also investors, right? They're investing with their reputation in these companies, and if you're following them and able to find who these people are and why they're doing so from the data that is disclosed publicly, then that's a great signal. But we started all with all this kind of good ideas, and then COVID came.
Yeah.
And for a young company, then we had started in 2019 August, we got the license, and COVID was March 2020. It was a pretty moment for us that what is going to happen now, right? And luckily, that, as we know, COVID was a dip and then markets rallied, so we got a lot of we performed very well during that time, and we got a lot of new customers come in, and they have compounded from that point onwards. So that was a moment where we felt that the business was at risk. Then of course, as regulated entities, we undergo inspections, we undergo like questionnaires, pre-inspection questionnaires. So you kind of learn how to manage a business which is highly regulated, how to kind of grow at the same time as compliance costs keep coming up. So just to kind of give you an example of a lot of the work that we do at Lotus Dew is how to manage compliance with technology, how to make sure that we are able to constantly update the information on companies that are there in the portfolios. It's a daily thing, like even if you don't change anything in the portfolio, the work continues on a daily basis just to make sure that we still have our best ideas in.
Absolutely, absolutely. And following LVC, then we also launched other baskets,
Other
right?
baskets, yeah.
So, some following similar principle like nano cap
And
champs,
then 2
that
years.
is following even like smaller companies
Yeah.
than that are in the LVC universe, but also exploiting other themes.
Yeah.
Like golden opportunity, for example, like
Asset allocation, the ETF strategy.
ETF strategy,
So
but also value momentum,
value
right?
momentum.
So we that sort of, so that also part continues.
So we continuously try to innovate, and like we want to become a brand that is synonymous with liquid alternatives, right? So if you want your traditional bread and butter kind of strategies, there are plenty of providers. We just want to focus on something that you will not get anywhere else other than our kind of brand. So that's our vision, like how we want to position it. And our mission is to kind of constantly educate people about how these liquid alternatives can sort of uplift uplift the returns, as well as manage volatility if things were to plan out as planned. So one thing is that once we started performing well, we also got a lot of pushback saying, "Nee, this is so this is a short term performance, and things might taper down." But we have been lucky, right? Over 6 years, our performance has uh, really helped a lot of clients, and I think we have so much conviction in the performance that we in fact have launched a AIF on the back of similar idea, where we are tapping into BSE stocks that we cannot do right now, and also SME stocks.
Absolutely. And SME is a very, very interesting
Yeah.
market. Listed SME is a very interesting market in India.
Yeah.
And again, unfortunately, it cannot be tapped very easily by retail investors. So AIF, we thought, was the right vehicle to kind of provide opportunities in that space.
So AIF is basically a Indian version of hedge fund. So we got a license from SEBI to launch our AIF recently, and we are in the process of filing the first close soon. So we are basically, yeah, that is the next chapter, where we, from an advisory model where we write a prescription, we have now started a hospital where we will make sure that you get the right treatment and right patient's time within the premise, so that
I would put it differently. Rather than giving a recipe, now we are opening a restaurant.
That's another way of, yes, correct.
People can come and enjoy
Certainly,
the food and relax. Yeah.
with the table service and all the service behind it. So yeah, I mean, that is the next chapter. We of course, most of the so we earn, and most of the money we spend as a business is on technology and research. And we have 4 licenses now: investment advisory, research analyst. We have a broking license where we run prop strategies, and the AIF license now. So things have, from a 2 desk to we now have almost 400 SFT of office space spread across multiple people. So things have grown, but I think asset management is a business of trust, and we truly feel that you cannot accelerate trust by spending more money. So we give it time, right? It's a wine business. You just have to mature.
Right. So I would like to so we asked some of our long term investors about their thoughts on this milestone, I would like to read one comment that is sent by Anil P. Kumar. It has been a wonderful journey with your team for the last 3 years. My conviction has only grown firmer in the listed venture capital product. A big thanks. Congrats on completing incredible 6 year journey. Very few can cross this milestone. Thank you so much, Anil Kumar. We really appreciate, and it's the faith and trust of investors like these that have
Yeah, that's motivation for us.
allowed us to it. So we consider ourselves very fortunate
Yes.
that we have such investors, and that we were able to deliver for such investors.
I mean, entrepreneurship is a lonely journey, right? So without team, without co-founders, without customers, it's very very bad.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
really appreciate.
Correct, correct.
Uh, yeah.
On the other side, Abhishek, some questions have also come up about whether a strategy like listed venture capital, whether it will continue to deliver
Yep.
alpha,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on
So I think
that?
in the past 1 year, what couple of things, right? So microcaps do not have any PSUs, public sector enterprises. So which means that if PSU or different stocks mostly which are PSUs, if they have done well, then it is, and that segment has only done well, then it doesn't benefit the microcap stocks. So there will be these periods where one sector or one kind of specific area of the investment universe will do better than others, and our portfolio is a completely complete portfolio. So in that case, we will have to make sure that we are balanced across sectors, and and hence uh, and hence we have to kind of take these moments where as an index it might not do as well as the total of all sectors. So something which we have to consider.
But also, I think two important things we have to understand. First of all, these LVC is a high conviction long term strategy, right? We are selecting on the basis of quality of the leadership of the company, and the potential, their dominance in their niche, and the potential of this, right? So sometimes in the short term there may be ups and downs, right? So it is a long
Yeah.
term strategy, and as we see, based on the long term performance of the strategy, right? The second part is that the fundamentals, the ITRs behind the strategy are still valid.
Yeah.
And so we kind of remain convinced
Yeah.
about the performance,
So
in spite of
yeah.
some short term like ups and downs.
So I think broadly microcap is also dependent on overall liquidity of the market. RBI has changed its stance from accommodative to neutral. Now it's going to go back to probably rate cutting mode. So it will anyways benefit lower market cap stocks because there will be abundant liquidity. But that said, I think you know it is a balanced portfolio. We are sector neutral. We don't have any sector preference. So once in a while, some sector will do well, but overall, right? Overall, like from a long-term holding period, we are very, very kind of confident that this is the best way of constructing a portfolio where you have exposure to all different sectors, and you don't time sectors
Correct,
in
correct.
a micro cap space at least.
Right, right.
So that's kind of also
Absolutely, absolutely. And it is a high risk strategy, as
sure.
we always tell our investors.
Hmm.
And it is for people with the right risk appetite and
Yeah.
right long term horizon, that this is
Yeah.
this is appropriate.
And most of all of our strategies are basically high risk. Even the AIF is very, very high risk. And of course it's a closed ended AIF, 4 years, minimum ticket size is 1 crore, and where we will invest 20% in SME, 20% in BSE shares, so shares listed on BSE but not on NSE, that are micro caps, and then remaining 60% on NSE. So we are very bullish about the fact that corporate governance as a way of screening into more and more smaller and liquid stocks gives better opportunities, and that's the direction we are constantly heading from a recipe to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And that's where we want to kind of see ourselves even now as well as in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Well, and thanks a lot. And I think great to be here. We want to do this more often, not just every 6 years. So,
Yeah, yes.
so,
Yeah.
look forward to meeting you
Are
again.
there any questions? No. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks.